What's up, guys? This is the Honest Outlaw here, and today we're going to be doing a first shots, first looks, first impressions video on maybe one of my most favorite pistols I've ever bought in my life. And probably the most hypocritical buying choice I've ever done in my life as well. Sitting in front of you here today in this Glock box is not your normal Glock 34. First off, Glock 34 might be my favorite Glock. Probably not the first choice I'd have for overall gun, but definitely would be the second Glock that I would buy, probably behind the Glock 19 or the Glock 43. I think concealed carry is more important, but home defense, plinking, all that thing, the Glock 34 is hard to beat as far as Glocks go, or most 5-inch guns for that matter. But in here is not your normal Glock 34. It is an Agency Arms Glock 34. Now, why is that so hypocritical of me? Well, because I put this exact gun on the cover of one of my biggest videos, the most overpriced guns. Now, I did say in that video that even though overpriced, it doesn't make them a bad gun, but I got so many comments about Gucci Glocks that I got to try one. I just had to try one, and it made sense to buy one from a reputable company like Agency Arms, even though they are expensive, and it made sense to buy one that looked a lot like the gun that John Wick had. Now, one of the reasons for that is because I was going to send my old Glock 34, which you'll see in the full review of this gun. I was going to send it to Terran Tactical, but Terran Tactical's wait time was a little extreme for me. So I'll probably send one eventually, but I just didn't want to be without a Glock 34 until then. And then I started looking at these, and I realized what I really wanted from Terran Tactical was this particular cut. And several companies do that, along with the slide work. Now, I wanted a really light slide, and Agency Arms slide is actually lighter than all of the other slides I was looking at, especially to buy, outright, instead of have this done. I didn't have this done. I actually bought this gun whole as it came, but as it came, it didn't come with this barrel. I changed it a little bit when I got it. We'll talk about that in a second. But the reasons why I got it were the very, very light slide. Although it is light, it does have some, it does have a mixed track record, depending on who you talk to. Some people will say it's good to go. Other people will say that it has some cracks and some problems. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm sure Agency Arms will fix it if it does break. At least they better, or I will bitch about it. But if it does break, I'll let you guys know. What I really liked off the bat from this pistol, besides the slide, was the hand-fitted trigger, which I got to admit, after shooting it, I have shot a couple hundred rounds for this now. Feels the exact same as the drop-in trigger, so maybe that's a little bit more hype than anything. And I wanted to try a professionally done ledge cut, and I have to admit they are better than what I can do myself. Now, I've talked to a lot of people, reputable people, and they say Agency Arms stippling isn't the best in the world, but I really like it. I did get this pistol used. And the reason why I got it used is because I'm not a sucker. And I knew I was going to buy it and sell it anyway, so why not get something at a very reduced price? Glocks are not exactly pistols that are known for poor durability and reliability, so I knew if I got even a used Glock, it would run great. This pistol had 300 or 400 rounds through it or something like that when I bought it, and it was $1,600. So I think that's pretty reasonable considering Agency Arms pistols come out usually around $22, $23, and I didn't just get the pistol with it. Magwell, this is my favorite magwell. This didn't come with it. I put this on here. This is a Dawson Ice magwell. What came with it is the Agency Arms magwell. I like this one better. It's a little bit heavier, but it does create a much bigger funnel. And on a pistol like this, I'm fine with that. Now, I put in a ported barrel because I'm going to be trying that out as well. Very low recoil, I have to admit. The only problem with the ported barrel is you have to really, really reduce the recoil spring. I think I have an 11-pound recoil spring in this right now. But added value of when I bought it was all the back straps plus this $300 Agency Arms threaded barrel. Now, this is like the elite barrel. I forget what it's called, premium, something like that. But it's got all the fluting and all that, which is pretty cool. Very expensive barrel, and I will be shooting it with my Omega 9K, which I already mounted just to see how it looked, but I have yet to shoot it. It came with Trijicon high suppressor sights as well, but when I mounted the suppressor, it didn't clear the suppressor anyway, so I didn't really see a point in that. So I put on my Dawson Precision fiber optic sights, which as you can see there, I've yet to Loctite. If you don't lock your Loctite, your front sight on a Glock, that bitch will move around. And I shot 150 rounds for this, and this thing started rocking around, and I was like, yep, I'm a dumbass, but I can fix that super easy. One nice thing about it is that when I put the Dawson Precision sights in, for those of you who don't know, when you buy them, a lot of times you have to file them down a little bit before you put them in. So it made me a little nervous putting this in the vise and tapping it, because I don't actually have a sight pusher, believe it or not. I literally just tap them in there with the provided tool from Dawson Precision. Shout out to Dawson Precision. They don't give me any free stuff, but they are my favorite sights, and their customer service is the best in the business. You call up, you have any stupid question, even about sites that they don't even sell, and they'll answer it for you.
Wow.
Extended mag release, or extended slide release, I like, but that comes custom on all Glock 34, so this one looks a little polished or something like that. I like that they put these cutouts here for the takedown lever, because that's a problem if it gets really dirty. I don't think this guy's going to go through the gauntlet, so I don't have to worry about that. The magazine release, I know people hate extended magazine releases on Glocks, but I love them. I have big enough hands where I can reach them, and I can eject the magazine without having to worry about breaking my grip at all, so I really like the extended magazine release. That will be happening. However, at the Glock store, the black ones I normally get, the teardrop ones, they are currently out of stock, so I'll have to wait for that for a while. But I put my, I think it's KM Precision, I can't remember, 4-ported barrel in there just to try that guy out as well. I don't know how I feel about ported Glocks right now, but we'll see. When in doubt, like I said, I still have the Agency Arms threaded barrel and the factory barrel that came with this. So all in all, I think it's a pretty good deal. It's a pretty good buy. It feels amazing in my hands, and it shoots amazing as well. I definitely shot faster with this than I do my standard Glock, even in the first time trying it. One downside to it, though, that I don't like is, again, I got it used, and it's got a bit of a nick here, but I think I'm going to use that to my advantage, and I think I'm going to Dremel this all the way off, because I actually have pretty big hands, like I said, and my knuckle still does ride right here, right on this ledge, and that's a little uncomfortable for me, and I like to have my guns comfortable. So, other than that, I'm excited to review this. If it doesn't break, it will be a phenomenal pistol. Incredibly light. One big advantage to the Agency Arms that I forgot to mention again is it just feels like a totally different pistol, because they take about 3 ounces total off the gun when they're removing all the different parts and things like that, but most of it is on the slide, right? And a couple things. That does a couple of things for you. One, it reduces the amount of time between lockups, so it increases your follow-up shots in that regard. Another thing that it does is it lightens the front end a great deal. So it lightens the slide so it moves faster. It also reduces the reciprocating mass, so it lowers the recoil, and it reduces a lot of the swing weight. So it feels like a Glock 17. You don't even really notice the extra weight anymore because it's the same weight as a Glock 17 with a longer sight radius. So for me, it's a big, big win. I know it has an RMR plate, but I'm never going to use it. You see how I covered it up with the Dawson sight there? If I was going to use an RMR on a Glock, it'd probably be like a 19. I would rather use the long sight radius that you buy a Glock 34 for. So I'm going to stick with that. I think iron sights are faster for me up close. Red dots are great for long distance, one point of aim, and for aging eyes. Luckily, I'm not quite there yet, so these iron sights work great for me. If you have any questions or if you want to make a comment or anything, leave a comment in the comment section below. Please like this video if you liked it, like and subscribe. Please help out your local homeless shelters, and remember to recycle. I'll check you later.